Hello, Mobile Legends enthusiasts. Are you aiming to dominate the mid lane? Well, choosing the right mage is crucial. Whether you're into burst damage, crowd control, or long-range poking, these 10 mages are the cream of the crop in the current meta. Note, Jushin will not be included due to her awfully high ban rate, but if you ever get the chance, she's always a solid pick. Let's dive into the top 10 best mages you should be playing right now.
Shh. When you gaze into the abyss gazes back.
Kicking off our list at number 10 is Selena, the high-risk, high-reward mage-assassin hybrid who thrives on precision and calculated aggression. With her dual-form mechanics, she seamlessly transitions between a ranged mage and a deadly melee assassin, giving her incredible versatility in both early-game skirmishes and late-game ambushes. One of Selena's defining abilities is her Abyssal Arrow, a skill shot that can stun enemies for up to 3 seconds at max range. Landing this ability is like hitting a bullseye in darts, immensely satisfying and often game-changing. A well-placed stun can set up easy kills, secure objectives, or completely turn the tide of a fight in your team's favor. However, missing the arrow can leave you vulnerable, making accuracy a make-or-break factor when playing Selena. Recently, she has received some notable adjustments that further refine her playstyle. Her wave-clearing capabilities have been enhanced, allowing her to farm and rotate more efficiently. The damage multiplier on her Abyssal Mark has been increased to 250% against minions and creeps, making it easier to clear waves and apply lane pressure. This change significantly improves her jungle clear speed, letting her roam the map and hunt for opportunities without falling behind in farm. With these improvements, Selena players can now focus on maximizing their impact in the game rather than struggling to manage minion waves. However, despite these buffs, missing your stuns is still the biggest liability. So if you pick Selena, make sure your aim is sharp, or you'll be watching fights from the sidelines instead of dictating them. Here is the build of the top global Selena. At number 9, we have Cecilion, a late-game powerhouse who defies the typical mage trend of peaking early. Unlike most mages who rely on early-game dominance, Cecilion gets stronger as the match progresses, making him a true menace in extended fights. He scales exceptionally well, aging like fine wine, becoming deadlier with every passing minute. The key to Cecilion's immense power lies in his bad impact skill, which scales with his mana pool. The more mana he stacks, the harder his abilities hit. This means he can deal devastating damage while remaining at a safe distance, continuously harassing enemies with an unending barrage of bats. Even after receiving a nerf in his patch notes, Cecilion maintains his relevance in the meta. His ability to dominate late-game team fights, combined with his lifesteal from his ultimate skill and high burst potential, ensures that he remains a top-tier pick. When played correctly, he becomes nearly unstoppable, especially when paired with heroes who can protect him as he scales. So if you're looking for a mage that rewards patience and strategic play, Cecilion is the guy. Keep stacking that mana, play safe in the early game, and when the time is right, unleash the bats and watch your enemies crumble. Here is the build of the top global Cecilion.
Where there is light, there are also shadows.
Coming in at number 8 is Luo Yi, the undisputed master of yin and yang. With her ability to bend the elements to her will, she turns every team fight into a beautifully orchestrated disaster. For the enemy, of course. Her skill set thrives on disruption, chaining together elemental combos that not only deal damage, but also send opponents scrambling in confusion. One moment, they're confidently engaging. The next, they're questioning their life choices. Her ultimate, Diversion, is the ultimate party trick, teleporting her entire squad across the map for an unexpected grand entrance. Whether it's a strategic push or an ambush, one thing's for sure: the enemy team is never on the guest list. And the best part? Luo Yi remains completely untouched in the latest patch. That means you can keep spreading balance and chaos in equal measure, making every match an artful display of destruction. Here is the build of the top global Luo Yi. At number 7, we have Kagura, the perfect mix of elegance and complexity. A master of mystical arts, she's always a solid pick, proving that style and power go hand in hand. Her Saime umbrella offers incredible versatility, poke, stun, escape, and burst, all wrapped up in one stylish accessory. What truly sets her apart is her slipperiness. With Rasho Umbrella Flea, she can cleanse crowd control and reposition instantly, making her as hard to catch as a cat dodging bath time. Enemies think they've pinned her down, only to watch helplessly as she slips away and turns the fight in her favor. Despite not receiving buffs in a while, Kagura remains a staple in the meta. Her high skill ceiling and outplay potential keep her relevant, proving that a well-played Kagura is always a force to be reckoned with. Here is the build of the top global Kagura.
Find a new world for all of us.
Sliding into number 6 is Xavier, a mage with incredible scaling power and global presence. His Dawning Light ultimate fires a full map laser, perfect for sniping low health enemies who thought they were safe. Xavier shines in extended fights, where his passive gradually enhances his abilities, leading to devastating combos. His infinite extension travels further as it passes through enemies dealing damage, while Mystic Field provides crucial crowd control by immobilizing foes when combined with his ultimate or first skill. With proper timing, he can keep enemies at bay and dictate the pace of battle. However, he lacks mobility, making positioning crucial. Flicker is highly recommended for escapes. Despite this, Xavier's range, utility, and late-game power make him a top-tier mage for ranking, capable of turning fights with a single well-placed ability. Here is the build of the top global Xavier. At number 5, we have Vexana. Vexana brings a chilling presence to the battlefield with her mastery over the undead. Since her rework, she has become a far more reliable mage, capable of influencing fights with her improved mechanics. Her ultimate now summons a powerful undead knight, a relentless warrior that not only deals significant damage, but also acts as an intimidating frontline presence. It's like having a personal bodyguard that not only protects, but also terrorizes enemies, making it harder for them to engage or escape. Beyond her ultimate, Vexana excels at zoning enemies with her crowd control abilities, making her a strong disruptor in team fights. Her ability to apply continuous magic damage and control enemy positioning gives her an edge in extended battles, allowing her team to capitalize on weakened opponents. With her improved consistency, high burst potential, and a summoned knight that can shift the tide of battle, Vexana has cemented herself as one of the best mage picks in the current meta. Whether in casual matches or high-level play, she remains a force to be reckoned with. Here is the build of the top global Vexana. Chilling at number 4 is Aurora, the Frost Queen of crowd control. Her passive gives her a winter truncheon-like effect, offering a second chance at life when things get tough, similar to Nana's passive. Her first skill is spammable, allowing you to chip away at enemy health from a distance. It's perfect for harassing enemies without putting yourself at risk. In team fights, her second skill freezes enemies, giving you the perfect window to set up more damage or retreat safely. Plus, her ultimate is a game changer, with massive area of effect damage that stuns all enemies in its path. With her control and damage, Aurora is a force to be reckoned with in any team fight. Whether you're stopping an assassin or locking down a group of enemies, she excels at turning the tide of battle with her crowd control and burst potential. Here is the build of the top global Aurora.
Love outshines the golden crown.
At number 3, Odette. Odette is a symphony of destruction, weaving magic and melody into a devastating performance. Her second skill, Blue Nova, locks enemies in place, setting the stage for her swan song of devastation. Her ultimate swan song engulfs foes in a whirlwind of magic, dealing massive area damage while granting her a shield. It's like turning the battlefield into her personal concert, one where the audience doesn't make it out. Odette remains a dependable pick for those who love high-burst damage and teamfight dominance. While she's vulnerable to hard crowd control like knockups and suppression, you can counter this with Winter Crown or Purify to keep her ultimate going. With the right positioning and timing, she can turn any fight into a magical massacre. Here is the build of the top global Odette.
Payback time.
Soaring into number 2 is Pharsa, the artillery mage with incredible range. Her feathered airstrike rains down devastation from afar, making her a nightmare for squishy enemies like marksmen and mages. With this ultimate, she can control fights from a distance, forcing enemies to either retreat or risk being obliterated. Her mobility skill, Wings by Wings, allows her to transform into a bird, letting her reposition quickly or escape bad situations. This makes her one of the most mobile mages in the game, giving her an edge in rotations and map control. She can easily roam to assist teammates or set up surprise attacks, making her a formidable mid laner. While she's not as popular as some other mages, Pharsa remains a strong pick for those who value high burst damage and strategic positioning. However, she struggles against heroes with gap-closing abilities or stuns that can shut down her ultimate. With proper positioning and smart use of her skills, Pharsa can dominate the battlefield and rain destruction upon her foes. Here is the build of the top global Pharsa.
The daughter of eternity leads you upward.
Claiming the number 1 spot is Lunox, the Twilight Goddess, a mage who thrives in both chaos and order. Her unique mechanic allows her to shift between darkening and brilliance, making her a versatile threat in any fight. With her power of chaos, darkening, she bursts down enemies with rapid magic damage. Even tanks fear her. While power of order, brilliance grants her invulnerability, letting her escape or dive fearlessly into battle. Her passive Dreamland Twist ensures she never relies on cooldown reduction, instead converting it into magic penetration or defense. This allows her to deal massive damage while staying deceptively durable. Lunox can poke enemies from a distance, burst down priority targets, and survive tough fights with well-timed ultimates, making her one of the most dynamic mages in the game. Lunox's strength lies in her ability to adapt, but she requires precise skill management. She excels at shredding tanks and high-durability heroes, but struggles against high-mobility assassins who can dodge her abilities. With the right decision-making and positioning, Lunox remains a top-tier pick, offering a perfect balance of sustain, burst, and survivability in any battle.